My friend threw me out of my own business.
Without severance?
This happened 5 years ago, and only in the past few months have I finally gotten the missing puzzle piece that made it all make sense. My beloved husband passed away, leaving me with 2 teens in private school, a hefty mortgage, and other bills I couldn't pay as a stay-at-home parent. I got myself back to work. My main job is an educator, plus 2 side jobs, one being a weekend bartender at a golf club that my friend ran.
All right. Lots of
Lots of
tips and a lot of
That's
old tips you gotta shoo away.
No. The head
Yeah.
bartender took a liking to me and taught me how to run a successful bar. By the way, this comes from Worry Divide 2587 on the r/charlottedobreyoutube subreddit. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
Hello.
I'm Keon.
And OP was working 3 jobs, and it was tiring. But it helped keep my mind occupied instead of constantly grieving, and gave me peace of mind knowing my bills were paid and my kids were fed. After about 2 years, I began developing a friendship with Jan, with Jan, a woman who came to the golf club with her husband. We got close and spent pretty much all of our spare time together. I trusted her.
Mistake.
And we talked about everything.
Uh-oh.
One of the things we discussed was opening our own little bar and grill. I had lots of ideas about what sort of setup, food, and atmosphere would make a place successful.
You guys talk about any swinging?
Oh,
Golf clubs?
Wink, wink. Then her husband bought an investment property with a small building that would be perfect for what we had in mind. He offered to lease it to us if we wanted to make our dream a reality. We immediately drew up a business plan, got a bank loan, and got rolling. We gutted the building, and I designed the interior bar layout, built a huge deck out back with glass garage doors connecting inside and outside with bars on each side, a stage for live music, and a small kitchen for bar food. Sounds great.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like you got a great situation going
Very
on.
vibey.
We shopped commercial supply stores for furnishings. I commissioned a custom bar light, established accounts with suppliers, and started recruiting bartenders and waitresses I already knew. I stress that I did these things because it was all me. Jan refused to make any decisions, constantly saying, "You're the one with experience. I'll go with what you think." In fairness, Jan did write most of the business plan up, since I was busy working 3 jobs, raising teenagers, and gathering supplier lists and employee contacts.
Uh-oh.
But everything else, me. I stayed on the contractor, managed the budget, handled all the things requiring in-person attendance. I didn't think too much about it at the time because I was excited. So we opened. For about a month, both Jan and I were present and all was well. Then Jan's husband, Ed, started hanging out there. And that's when trouble started.
Ruh-roh.
Hey.
And then there was more pineapple showing around.
Mhm.
Started seeing a lot of people swinging their...
A lot of couples.
Yeah, swing dancing
But every
left and
time
right.
they'd come, it'd be a different match set.
Yeah, the couple wouldn't leave with each other. They'd always live with another pair.
Everyone's ordering pina colada.
First, he wanted to drink for free, then treat all his friends for free. When I pointed out this was affecting profits, Jan suggested his bill would be deducted from lease payments. Fair enough. Then I came in one morning to find Jan, Ed, and Ed's friend, Sam, huddled over a food order sheet. I was informed, not asked, that Sam, who was a chef, and admittedly a good one, had been hired, and our little kitchen would be expanding from bar food to expensive restaurant specials with Sam in charge.
Oh, dude, wait. If you do that, you know how much licensing you need for that?
Mhm.
It's
A lot.
Yeah, like compared
Well,
to
you have
bar
to get
food to that.
because you have to get food handling licenses,
Mhm.
and that's like a whole process.
Yeah, and plus, it could work.
You should definitely, be talking to OP if she's your business partner. I protested because our kitchen was very small and not equipped for this sort of food. The cost would be considerably higher for food and Sam's salary, and no one discussed this with me as an equal partner. Jan begged me to give it a try, talking about all the reasons it would be great, and I agreed. Mistake.
Yeah, because on top of getting, the license for the food. You got to now pay another salary.
You have to revamp the kitchen, presumably, if you don't have the, stuff to cook all that food.
Hosts, waiters,
Yes.
waitresses.
Mm-hmm.
It's adding like another like 20 to 30K a month,
Yeah.
perhaps.
But I got the definite feeling this was all Ed and Jan's desperate need to please her overbearing, controlling husband. I made it very clear within Ed's earshot that I wouldn't tolerate any more big decisions being made without my input. I wasn't nasty, but I was clear and firm. After that, things changed. Ed was constantly around, monitoring me in some weird way. Jan, on the other hand, became scarce. I was juggling work at school because I didn't want to quit my main job until I was sure the bar would be successful. Then straight to the bar until close. It was rough. When I confronted Jan about her lack of participation, she insisted I quit my teaching job so I wouldn't be exhausted. She claimed she couldn't spend time at the bar due to issues at home. I didn't have a husband, ouch, and my kids were practically grown, so I should be more available. Jan, OP never wanted this to get as big as you're making it. It was supposed to be another side business.
It was.
Jan.
I don't know. If you're trying to go from one thing to another, it has to be it has to be more than it has to be more the amount than you working your teaching job and the side gig. It should be like, I don't know, a little bit more than that.
Casey Roberts says, this is how small businesses fail. They want to grow too fast without a solid plan.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
I wasn't happy, but couldn't let the place go without management, so I ended up quitting my job to manage the bar.
Uh-oh.
Fortunately, it was doing okay.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
Things rolled on for a while with me working my tail off and Jan showing up long enough to get wasted and go home. We didn't talk much during that time, but I could tell Jan and Ed were having problems. They'd quietly argue in the office, then one would usually stomp off.
Yikes.
Tried offering support, but Jan would say everything was fine.
See,
Then,
oh,
yeah,
sorry.
what were you
So,
saying?
like, the thing with, like, working with family and friends, Jan's not a friend to OP, but, like, whenever you work with a couple
they
aspect.
did become kind of a friend.
Well, yeah, they did,
Yeah.
but over a business thing, over a business venture.
But they were friends before the business venture, and then they
okay.
did it. Yeah, so they were friends. You're right.
I just think sometimes couples want to do everything together.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, we're having problems. We'll start a business that'll fix it.
Yeah.
Oh, we have money and resources. Let's throw it at this, throw it at that, rather than
let's have a pet or let's
yeah,
get a, have a
you
kid.
try to create something that'll tie you together,
It's the kid
even
one.
as you're being pulled apart.
exactly.
The biggest one is the kid one, and that's the
Mhm.
worst one in my
Have a
opinion.
kid. It'll fix
This
it.
will save our relationship, right?
No,
That's what The Lobster's all about. It's actually a really good film.
Oh.
You should watch it.
I've never heard of this.
You would love it.
Okay. Then my mother broke her hip. I had to take off about 3 weeks to take care of her. There was no one else. I told Jan, and she stepped up, thank goodness. Or so I thought at the time. Oh no. When I came back, it was a different place. Over half the people I'd carefully selected were gone, replaced with people I recognized as former customers, basically barflies. If you own or work at a place that serves booze, you know not to drink while working. It causes mistakes, and it isn't a good look. That happened within 3 weeks. The place was a mess, and I found that these employees were having after-hour parties, mostly on our dime, with Ed and Jan usually in the middle. The whole atmosphere had changed. I'd work hard to make it a respectable place for decent people. Now I was seeing pesterment of waitresses, substance deals in the bathrooms, and fights in the parking lot. We'd turned into a dive bar in 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
If you have any more say, like if you have any kind of weight that you can throw around, you need to. What's more, Ed had the audacity to try and order me around. I absolutely let him know I was not his wife, nor some weak woman in need of guidance, and walked away. The next day, Jan showed up before opening with Ed. The long and short of it was they accused me of stealing money and being rude to customers, asking me to give up my share of the bar.
No.
How am I stealing money when I'm taking care of my mom?
Yeah, I wasn't even here.
Where did you see me?
I asked them to show proof I stole from myself, of all things, which they couldn't because I didn't. I suggested they take a closer look at their bartenders and servers hired in my absence if money was really missing, since I'd been telling them booze and food items certainly were for a while. I told them yes, I had been rude to a couple of customers. One was a man I saw with his hand on a 17-year-old waitress's butt, and another man who happened to be the mayor's son conducting a substance deal on the deck.
What?
I was protecting our employees and businesses. Yeah, you need to, like, get these people out.
Dude,
Literally, like, get them all out. Start
Can-
over.
can you call Gordon Ramsay and he can do like a
Yeah.
makeover? Wait, there's another guy that
It's
does
bar
it.
rescue.
Bar rescue. There we
I
go.
know. I knew exactly. I was like, yeah, this is giving me that right now.
I thought about what life would be like constantly fighting against this and decided my peace was worth more than a place I'd have to constantly fight to keep as it should be. I agreed to let them buy my share out for less than I should have gotten. That was what was right for me.
Oh my gosh.
So I quit my job, gave up the house I'd worked so hard to keep for a cheaper rental, and put all my ideas and effort into a place they pushed me out of as soon as I got it on its feet. I was pretty bitter. I got more bitter when the man I'd been dating suddenly decided to date Jan's new friend, who is now working at the bar.
What?
It wasn't super serious, but he was the first man I'd had interest in since my husband's passing, so it stung.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that was on purpose too, but I thought it was a bullet dodged.
Oh my gosh.
For months, I struggled, but found a new teaching job that turned out to be the best I've ever had, and was able to buy a new house that's affordable with one job. I've also met a nice man who's much more responsible and kind than the one who followed the crowd. Side note, he came back later expressing regret at following along with what was pushed at him rather than sticking with me. Too late! By the way, you're never too late to listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, when it comes to the bar, I wish that you had a little bit more of a steady flow with the bar and everything like
I
that.
agree. You can't leave it. Like, it sucks, but
Yeah.
you really can't leave a business like that, especially new business, for kind of any time.
Yeah, because my thought is if it was there for 6 months, you could be like, hey, I created this. I helped develop all these things. I don't have the resources to, do XYZ, but I can help interior design your own bar and do XYZ and like talk to other people and be like, hey, we grew and got like, $500,000 in 6 months or whatever.
And also just don't, start businesses with people you don't really know. Did you
Yeah.
know Ed? Did you know her relationship with her partner? Like,
Yeah.
I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
you got to be so, so careful about who you start a business with.
Or move in with. Or
It's true.
marry.
Any sort of long-term commitment, be careful because you can get stuck with people that suck.
That's true. I knew the boys like for about a year and a half before I moved here.
True.
I agree, Sophia. Let's start a
Okay.
business and sell our socks.
Okay.
Like-
Sell our socks.
Like used socks?
Sure, they can be used or not.
Brother.
Okay.
I mean, I just have a
Alright.
lot of socks and I want to
And
get
then you
rid of.
Get rid of them. Yeah.
And would you guys buy our socks?
Would you buy our socks?
You can also just
No,
donate
a little
them.
bit.
Okay. Would you buy our socks or would you buy our overshirts? Same. They're both clothes, and one's been worn. But why do people want overshirts rather than like socks?
Because usually when you're getting rid of socks, they have like holes in them. Yeah.
Yep,
there we go.
there.
There it is. But there's a little bit left to the story, so we're gonna read
Why
it.
are you getting rid of socks when you already have holes in your other socks?
I just
know.
need new socks, guys.
You need to learn how to like darn your socks.
Darn it.
But I never really understood why Jan turned on me until recently. Oh wait, there was a secret? What the?
Oh, wow.
A friend who stuck with me after all that happened. I lost a lot of them because Ed and Jan talked crap about me, and I took the stance that people who really knew me would know it wasn't true, and refused to engage or defend myself, which weeded out the bad ones. Called and told me that Ed and Jan were divorcing. Why? Because the woman that Jan introduced to my ex was involved with Ed and Jan.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yep. Yeah.
I knew they were swinging. I felt it in my toes.
Yep, he felt it. And it was messy. Evidently, as I always suspected, Ed was a controlling a-hole. I guess she finally got the guts to stand up to him and divorce him. Karma is queen, y'all, and she'll get you eventually.
Yikes.
And folks, that's the end of that story. But yeah, again, Be careful who you start a business with, because
Yeah. I doubt that she even worked at a golf bar. I think she just put in golf so you could hint at the foreshadowing of the swinging.
Yeah, it was just all part of the literary devices in the story.
Yeah, or like she worked at a pina colada bar. That would have been funny.
Mhm.
Dude, that's so crazy. I'm glad. Hopefully Jan gets out of it and
Oh,
can
I
make
mean,
her.
it seems
And
like
they
she is.
and they can run back round 2 without the abusive a-hole. Because I think they made a good team together.
Did they?
Yeah.
It feels like OP did everything, and she did the business plan, and the business plan was
Terrible.
But folks, that's the end of that story, and we're gonna get into the next one. But I need to use the restroom. Yay!
My friends ditched my party over a cat.
Was it a cool cat?
For context, I'm very close friends with these people since freshman year of high school. We met in culinary class and bonded immediately. Over the years, we gained and lost friends, but the 4 of us remained tight. I called them Bert, 19 male, Martha, 18 female, and Brianna, 18 female. By the way, this comes from Apprehensive Bad 6662, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Riley.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Keon.
And OP says, Bert was my closest friend. We played video games together every afternoon for years. Sure, we had our little spats, but nothing beyond the normal friction you get when spending tons of time with someone. I know how that's like.
Hey.
Martha and I had traveled to another state for a concert. That was an absolute blast. I even house sat for her family for 3 weeks one summer. Brianna wasn't as close to me since she's Bert's sister, but I never had problems with her until recently.
Uh-oh.
Bert, you're in a love triangle, OP.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, if I hadn't invited her, things probably would have gone differently. Now for what happened. I planned a birthday camping trip for my 18th in May, involving my boyfriend, Carl, 17 male, and my 3 friends. I made these plans early in March. Everyone got off work. We talked about how excited we were. I even made a playlist for the drive because I was so pumped. You know how much dedication you need for that?
Yeah. I've never done that.
Never-
I have a lot of friends who make playlists. I just have one big old playlist.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's me.
I've got one
No!
big old
Yeah,
playlist,
that's me.
and you can skip through.
It's my
Ew.
likes. It's literally my likes. I'm like, all right, well, just cue it up.
Oh no, I have
No.
a specific it's a playlist that I've created over the years.
I have a
What?
couple playlists.
What about, okay.
I've got
Playlists
one.
are sort of a journaling of what you were going through in a time. So you put a
Yes.
playlist together for that time, and then you're like, okay, this is how I was feeling during
See,
that time.
That's called my
this
likes, my guy.
playlist, But it's from freshman year of high school to now, and if
That
you go
is
through it in order, you can see
despicable.
how my music taste has
Yeah,
changed.
that's just my likes. Literally my
Despicable.
likes. It's just like, all right, what was I feeling during this time? And you're
Like-
like, ah, cool.
Anyways, get me out of this room.
How many playlists do you got?
You want to know?
I do want to know.
You wanna know?
I want to know.
You want to
I
know?
wanna
Okay,
know.
okay. I literally, within the last year,
You
had
widowy?
10. I'm Batman, Hyperactive, Exploration 25, Date Night, Spring of 25, Undertones, Party Time, Homesick, 90s Jam, Angie Girl, Rex,
Homesick?
Unmatched, Science Isn't Real,
They homesick?
You, Summer 24, Life Moves Pretty Fast, Workout, Late Night, Gym, 23 Summer, playlist.
I never asked for
That's
the titles.
too many playlists.
It's all these are
That's
happening
too
over
many.
years. Look, these are all over. These
How
are all
many
That's
playlists.
too
playlists is
many.
that? There should be a specific number
I've
of
got-
playlists.
I have one called I Am Batman whenever I'm feeling like I'm Batman. I have one called Hyperactive whenever I want to freaking get
Fucking our
after
playlist
it.
right now.
This is what-
Exploration 25 is what I'm listening to now.
I've got In Progress. Oh, there's more. I've got Soundtrastic, which is just a bunch of soundtracks, because I don't put soundtracks onto my main. That would be crazy.
Okay.
I don't put soundtracks onto my main playlist. Some old music that makes me sound cool, but I don't really put stuff on that one because I use
You're lame.
my main.
You're so lame.
Relaxing, possibly French,
You're so lame.
classical music, and that's it. I also have In Progress jazz version.
Dude, I have one called We're Done.
Read the story.
Ride is always the best part when you get to talk and scream music together. The day before the trip, Martha started pressuring me to let her drive separately with Bert and Brianna, claiming they needed more room. This made no sense. I'd be driving my mom's newer sedan with 6 seats and plenty of space for a weekend trip. Anything that wouldn't fit would go into my dad's truck bed. I explained multiple times that I wanted to drive so we could all be together, listen to my playlists, and nobody would feel left out. There was another reason I didn't want Martha driving. She's honestly a terrifying driver. Every time she drove around me, I have anxiety attacks from her reckless driving. We all know who that
we all
is.
have one of those friends. It's Sam.
Well, he doesn't have to drive anymore.
That's true, yeah. So actually, it's not Sam anymore.
Once she nearly got us T-boned at an intersection because she decided to turn on red when the left turn lane had a green light. If I hadn't have screamed stopped, we would have crashed.
Oh my gosh.
That was the last time I let her drive me, though I never told her why to spare her feelings.
If you guys were real friends, you would have just told her she sucks at driving.
Plus, it was my birthday, and I'm the most experienced driver. It just made more sense for me to drive, right? The day of the trip arrives. Martha was supposed to pick up Bert and Brianna, then come to my house so we could all leave together. About 10 minutes before departure time, Martha texted me she was on her way. Carl and I had loaded my mom's car, leaving room for the 3 others. Half hour passes. No Martha. I texted her and Bert asking what's going on. Martha said Brianna's cat gotten outside and they were trying to get him back in before leaving. I figured this would take maybe 10 minutes max. Their cat is overweight, knows where home is, and is very loved. 15 minutes later, Bert calls me out of breath, talking about chasing this cat around the yard, treats being unsuccessful. This struck me as super weird. Anyone with a cat knows that if you run after them, they'll run away faster. They don't come to you if you chase them at full speed. It scares them. Most cats prefer coming to you on their own terms and will return to where they know there's food. I didn't want to cause issues, so I just wished them luck and figured I'd wait out a bit longer. An hour passes. No updates. Carl and I didn't know what to do. My mom speculated that either Martha or Brianna let the cat out on purpose because Martha wanted to drive herself. I didn't believe in this theory initially, but everything that happened afterward makes me wonder. 2 hours after our planned departure time, Carl and I decided we had to go. Martha texted saying they'd leave as soon as the cat came back inside and would keep searching even if they had to stay up super late. We drove to the campsite, set up the huge tent my parents bought for everyone to share, and hung out with my family. Still no updates from the trio. Then it got dark. We realized they weren't coming that night, but they promised they'd be there eventually whenever they got the cat inside, because that cat meant everything to Brianna. Carl and I were understanding about this. As much as it made me sad, we didn't get to drive up together.
Where is this cat?
I look forward for them
the car.
arriving on Saturday. Yeah, dude. My cat peeps. What's going on here?
I'm confused. Did they know, do they know where the cat is? Did they lose the cat?
It just ran outside and they're trying to chase after it.
But I'm like, if you know where the cat is, how is it this hard?
Also, it's like an overweight cat, too.
How are you this bad at catching a cat? Like if the cat got out and ran away and you guys were like, I don't know where the cat is, but if you know, like you can see the cat. Come
Yeah,
on.
I agree. As someone, I don't catch cats, but I can catch mice.
Mhm.
I've caught multiple mice. The one that took me the longest was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Saturday morning, no overnight updates. I texted and bothered them until I finally got a response saying they hadn't gotten the cat inside, but knew he was in the neighbor's yard. They tried coaxing him with treats, but he wouldn't come over. I suggested letting their mom help since she'd offer, but Brianna refused to leave her cat. Bert and Martha also refused to leave Brianna alone because the cat meant so much to her.
What is this? Are you giving her emotional support while she tries and catches her cat? She's not lost. The cat's just outside. Get the cat. You don't
Yeah.
need 3 people to try and get this cat.
And there's so many more effective means to this.
So many more. Like what? This is so stupid. Yeah. Casey Roberts says this is the worst lie I've ever heard. Agreed.
I was about to say. We got through the entire day with barely any updates, and another day passed without them showing up. My family and Carl were pissed, but I tried seeing the best in my friends. They'd been my friends for so long, and I felt hurt. They all ditched me over a cat whose whereabouts they knew. He just wasn't inside. Didn't want to believe they had malicious intent. That's what my entire family thought, though. Sunday arrives, the last day of my birthday trip. With little to no updates and growing anger over how crappy the situation was, Carl decided to be the bad guy and called him out. He sent a long paragraph to our group chat about what they did was extremely crappy and hurtful, that all 3 chose a cat over my 18th birthday. Brianna took great offense and started calling Carl mean names and said he had no empathy because this cat saved her life. They argued back and forth with Martha, occasionally jumping in to back up Brianna. Bert and I mostly stayed on the sidelines reading the messages. Eventually, things got absolutely nasty. Brianna and Martha ganged up on Carl with deep personal attacks after he tried sticking up for me. He returned the energy full force, and it spiraled quickly.
Ay, ay, ay.
So what I've learned, and I've said this last week, but what I've learned with horror movies is usually if you take out the monster or like, you know, whatever the bad thing is in the movie, and whatever's left is actually what the movie's about.
Yeah.
I feel like if we take this cat out of the situation,
Yeah.
that's what the whole thing's about.
Yeah. You guys have bad friends.
And it's tough. Like, I have a friend that's struggling to connect with the people he grew up with in high school. I'm like, dude, over time, you just don't
You
mesh
just
together.
grow apart. Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys are at, like, you're all 18. So you're at this kind of big crossroads in life where you're going to be all doing different things. And sometimes, you know, the friends that you had in high school aren't the friends that you're to stay with. And that's okay. You'll find new people who don't spend like a day trying to get this cat inside.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Better cat owners than this person.
For real. Bert swooped in to defend his sister because he didn't like that Carl wasn't going to take it easy on her after the crap she said. The fight went on forever, and by the end of it, I was sobbing. Nothing I tried helped. Neither side would stop saying nasty, degrading crap. I left the group chat out of anger and frustration and talked to my mom. She ended up texting Bert, but that didn't help much. Carl and I tried enjoying the rest of the day, but it was hard when I kept thinking all about the crazy crap Martha and Brianna were saying. Felt so hurt, like I didn't mean anything to them. Like for those 4 years, never mattered. It was devastating and definitely my worst birthday ever.
I forgot it was your birthday. Oh,
Birthday
The
man.
entire
camping
trip.
trip.
Yeah, this entire trip was for the birthday.
It was the birthday trip. Oh, rough.
That's
Rough.
tough.
That's real tough. OP, I'm sorry.
The three of them have slowly started cutting me off despite offering to do something else for my birthday, which they never actually planned. They just said it to look better during the argument. Yeah. These aren't your friends anymore.
No.
Fran,
Not
the
at all.
cat probably never got out.
Was there ever a cat?
Like-
they don't have a
There's
cat.
no such-
Yeah,
don't even
there's
have a
never
cat.
been a cat at
Yeah.
all.
They call and they're like, the cat's out. Woof.
I didn't know you guys had a cat. It's new.
It talks a little different.
Meow.
I genuinely don't believe they needed all three of them to get one cat who was just chilling outside in view. Also, are they physically slow to get this cat? Because if it's overweight
That's
and they
what
can see it.
Yeah. That's what I'm like, how is it this hard for you to get a cat inside?
Yeah.
It just can't be.
He wasn't inside, so they completely ditched me. My mom was also pissed because she'd spent a lot of money on groceries, a tent, and renting the campsite space. She thinks Martha did this on purpose because she didn't want me driving. And then it spiraled from there. Honestly, don't know what to believe anymore. I just know how hurt I feel and that I've completely cut all three of them out of my life. I want some other opinions. Am I the a-hole because I wasn't empathetic enough about her cat being outside?
No.
We have an update.
F her cat, man. I'm sorry. If my dog got out and was outside, I mean, it wouldn't be a problem because my dog knows how to be recalled. But like, or recalled.
Yep,
But
like a car.
yeah. But what? Sure. Okay. But if my dog is outside and
Yeah.
I can see the dog, it's gonna take me like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to get that
20
dog
minutes
inside.
tops, 30 minutes tops.
Dude,
Okay,
I could-
yes, a cat is different.
I could get your dog into the house in less than 10 seconds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just saying if it was a dog that didn't know how to be
Oh.
like recalled, or,
Oh,
you know.
got
But like, so let's say this is a cat. It's a bit harder. We put a can of tuna in. I don't know. It's not like if you can see the cat, it cannot be that hard. It cannot take hours to get this cat inside.
Yeah, aren't cats like little versions of lions?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, let that
They're
cat
both
live.
felines.
Let it-
Good job, Riley.
Update. Thanks for all your comments. They brought to my attention that I wasn't clear enough. Cat is an outside cat when it wants to
What?
be.
Wait, what?
When it wants to be, Sophia, when it feels like
I'm
going
sorry.
outside.
So it wanted to be.
No, it didn't want to be outside.
Yeah,
It wanted to be
wanna
inside.
outside. Don't catch me.
And so
Stop it.
it,
That's insane. Your cat is an indoor cat?
It goes in and out often, as do other cats. They live on plenty of property where it's not a risk of being
Then
overrun.
What?
They knew where the cat would be, but decided none of them could come. I didn't come help because there were already 4 or more people there. I also realized there's more I didn't include about why I'm cutting them off. It's not just because of this isolated incident.
Even if it was, they're gone. I'm sorry, they couldn't come to your birthday weekend
Wait, can
because 3 of them had to help get an outdoor cat indoors.
can I say one of your friends' names?
Sure.
What if Isabella did this to you?
Bill would never. She has cats, actually. She has 2 cats.
What if you
That you had.
Okay, there's something special coming up soon.
Yeah.
What if she can't make it because one of her cats are outside? Would you understand? Would you cut her off?
I'd be like, girl, how long is it going to take you to get this cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to cut her off, but I'd be like, why?
Boom, revoked it.
But also, here's
Hypocrite.
No, I'm saying in this scenario. it
Yeah,
makes
this
sense.
scenario is stupid.
there was also them just not even communicating with OP.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, we have a plan. We have this. We're gonna try and
Yeah,
make
we'll
it
be
there.
there.
Yeah.
We'll try and leave in an hour.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was just we can't come at all because the
Wrestling,
cat's outside.
wrestling mama, a fat cat wouldn't come for treats.
None of this makes
There's
sense.
not- yeah.
Catgate.
Oh man, Bert especially, who was my best friend for 4 years, became very rude and backhanded towards me after the incident. He called me stupid and say I was just joking constantly. Martha just distanced herself from me, and Brianna and I were never that close anyways. Eventually, after a big fight with Bert, I decided to unfollow them on everything and cut them off. I had no need for this negativity in my life anymore. Please don't cut us off when you're in need of some positivity in your life. All you gotta do is go to your favorite podcast platform, search up OK Storytime on Apple, iHeartRadio, or Spotify, and listen to the positive well-being of our voices lift
Positive.
you up.
Positive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
no,
always
your
so
friends are
positive.
not your friends. And if they're being nasty to you, again, what should have happened? So, what's her face who has the cat? Brianna?
Yeah, sure.
Brianna's like, hey, my cat got out. I know she's an outdoor cat, but we're leaving. We need to get her in. Can't be outside all weekend, blah, blah, blah. So my mom and I are going to try and get the cat. We might be running a little late. I'm going to drive up on my own. I'll meet you guys up there.
Yep.
And then your other 2 friends drive up and you all go up together and everyone's good. And then Brianna drives up later.
Yep.
That's it.
That's totally
That's it. She gets her cat in, I don't know, 10 minutes later.
Agreed.
It.
Of freaking greed. Sounds like the cat got out of the bag, though. Soon after, Martha sent me a photo on Snapchat of all 3 of them together, all flipping me off.
Like, so immature. I know you're 18 years old, but I never did this at 18, so you're bad.
They unfriended me
Ugh.
and unfollowed me on everything imaginable, even on my self-care non-sponsored app. That was the ultimate reason I decided to cut them off completely, not just one thing. I have cats of my own, so I understand how important they are. But I also have 2 cats that are constantly outside, and I never ditch a friend from plans we had months, force my cat inside. That's the end of that story. Guys, is this cat gay or are the friends...
This cat's not real.
This cat's
Yeah.
fake. Fake cat.
Fake news, fake cat.
But that's the end of that story, and we're gonna jump into the next one. My best friends keep ignoring my girlfriend.
What'd you say?
We're due one more time. Oh.
Did he actually get you with that?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh.
That's funny.
Oh.
We got that. We got her.
Writing the title makes me feel super childish, but I swear it's deeper than what it seems. Some backstory: I, 18 male, have had a group of friends since I was 6 years old, consisting of 3 girls and me. I know this might sound unusual, but it's worked for me. Boys and girls can be friends, and it's weird to assume they can't. I would know most of my friends. Well, not most. I would say it's
No.
half and half.
You can't be friends with girls. As a guy, would never allow it. Couldn't do it.
There's Allison. Probably my realest friend because she's most similar to me and has been in all my friend groups since we were 6. Then Dina, who's in our circle, but I'm less close to since she went to a different 6th form. Lastly, there's Olivia, 18 female, who had a different circle during secondary school, but we've gotten closer again in 6th form.
What is 6th form?
It's British.
Okay.
British.
Yeah.
British.
It's British. By the way, this comes from Global Ad 9835. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Keon.
And OP says, I know my now girlfriend Sam because she knew Dina. Sam and I have been friends since starting 6th form and dating since May 2024. It's going amazingly well.
All right. Is OP a male or female?
Checking.
I need
Male,
to know.
18 male.
18 male. Okay.
I've never felt this close to someone before. We're communicative, open, and comfortable. Similar in some ways, but not too similar, with shared interests and willingness to learn about each other's hobbies. She's a lovely person with a beautiful soul. I feel silly saying this so young since anything can happen, but I'm very secure in our relationship. Sam and I were part of a friendship circle consisting of me, her, Allison, Olivia, and 3 other people. Our friendship group is predominantly queer. I'm bi, my girlfriend is queer, and most of our friends are LGBT and probably neurodivergent. We're all very nerdy and love D&D. Great. Which is how we made friends initially, except for Olivia, who isn't LGBT and doesn't share our interests. Get her out of there.
Why is she in the group?
Why is she there?
I don't know. Maybe she just.
I mean, you can have
She
friends. You
sounds
can have friends
lame.
outside of the group, but she has zero interest with everybody else.
She there's nothing here.
I don't know. Maybe I feel like people stay together in school, and then like once they get out of school, it's like, oh, I still have to be friends with them, but you're just on different lanes.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being different as long as you're respectful, but she doesn't feel like we have common ground because she doesn't like D&D. Even so, she and I still have similar interests and things to talk about. We tried getting her involved with D&D, but she refused. Everything was fine for over a year until December 2024,
Uh-oh.
when I had been dating Sam for almost 7 months. Olivia had no qualms about our relationship until that point.
Uh-oh. And now she wants your D&D.
Oh. She was actually the first person I told about my crush on Sam and was very supportive since we often gossip about relationship stuff. My girlfriend had mental health struggles, heightened anxiety, suspected autism, and depression. December was extremely stressful for her with design projects due, and she's a self-proclaimed perfectionist. One day, everything became overwhelming, and she'd been crying quite a bit. Our friends and I were supportive and helped her calm down from a panic attack. At day's end, she was still upset and wanted comfort, but we had to wait for the bus with Olivia. My girlfriend couldn't help being upset, and obviously I wasn't going to ignore that, so I focused on her. Olivia went unusually quiet, uncharacteristic since she normally jumps at the chance to help crying people. She went on her phone, played games, and ignored my crying girlfriend. I assumed she was giving us space as a couple, though it made me angry that she wasn't showing sympathy.
Maybe she shows sympathy to you, OP. And when it comes to
other people, less so.
your girlfriend, she doesn't know how to handle it because she has complex emotions about your girlfriend, Sam.
Think that could be true. I occasionally tried talking to Olivia, but she'd pretend nothing was making Sam upset. When we got off the bus, Olivia and I had to walk 2 minutes to where our paths diverged. She stormed ahead without speaking, classic cold shoulder behavior from her when she's mad. I tried figuring out what was wrong, but didn't text since it seemed too minor. She continued ignoring us the next day. I worried it would be awkward in our shared history class, but as soon as I was away from Sam, she acted normally with me. Great, she's done being mad at me for some reason. But she kept giving my girlfriend the cold shoulder. Every time Sam texted to apologize, Olivia would respond, "Nice apology," or "Thanks," but continue the charade.
Dude, Olivia, you got to play a little smarter at this game.
Yeah, Olivia,
If you're trying to jump OP's bones,
this isn't working.
Her.
This is not how you do it.
got to be a little bit more charismatic.
Yeah, man. Come on. Figure it out. She'd ignore both of us together, but be nice to me alone. I wonder why. OP just doesn't see it yet.
He's an 18-year-old guy.
He's an 18-year-old
Of course
guy,
he
just
doesn't
doesn't
see
see
it.
it.
Dude, I didn't know a girl liked me until she put her head on my shoulder. I didn't know Angie liked me until she held my hand on the first date. And I was like, wait, I think she's
You guys
into
were
me.
on a date.
I don't usually initiate touch until the third.
Wow.
I know.
Sam kept trying to be nice, but got nothing. Allison, our mutual friend, asked her about it during a text conversation, but Olivia just stopped responding completely. On the last day before Christmas break, my girlfriend was having a bad day. Still stressed from projects and this cold shoulder situation, and Olivia was giving her immature, cold looks. A mutual acquaintance straight up asked her what was going on. I should have done this. I hate confrontation and am very avoidant, but I should have stepped up. Her answer still confuses me because it's unfortunately all I have to go on. She's too emotional. She cries too much. Another thing, she cried because OP and I are friends. She's trying to incite discord into the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous and downright delusional.
OP, if you ever have relationship troubles,
P.
go to anybody but Olivia.
Yeah.
'Cause I know the second you're having issues with Sam, you're gonna go talk to Olivia, and she's gonna be like, she's manipulating you. Don't you see?
Don't ever go to Olivia about this.
Oh,
No, sir.
you're her puppet. You got to get out of that.
And come to me. This confused me so much. Why would you admit this? She's not an idiot. She should know this is a childish reason for ignoring someone, because it's not. OP. We can all see it. Sam and I racked our brains because we suspected it might be about me not being as close to Olivia since dating Sam, but just Sam being too emotional? Horrible and very out of character. OP, wake up! Wake up! Alice and Sam and I wondered if something was happening in Olivia's personal life, but we decided it would be weird to ask. How is no one in your friend group realizing what is very obvious to all of us here?
Also, if you're friends with someone, you can ask, hey, how's
up?
everything doing? I was talking to a team member today, and we got to talk about her personal life, and, hearts in the chat for her. Hopefully she's doing okay. But, she opened up and was like, this is what's going on. I'm like, that's what you do as as life.
Do you
Yeah.
think the people in the friend group support this?
Support what?
Like, what's going on? They're like,
Like they want Olivia?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Because
I-
they
it just
can't
feels
be
like-
that oblivious.
I don't know. Like they're 18, but like I don't think I was that oblivious at 18.
They can't be that
was.
oblivious. I mean,
about my own
still
like
are.
personal anytime
See?
someone was flirting with me, but like with other people, I could spot it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's OP's thing.
It's just hard to imagine that's happening to you because you don't really perceive yourself being in that
Yeah.
element.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I don't know when
We get it. You're a stud.
No. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh no, when I was in like high school, when guys were like, "That girl is hitting on you," and I'm like,
Yeah, I would never
I'm like,
know. Yeah.
"No, she's not."
I didn't realize until like senior year of college that people were hitting on me.
And even
Yeah.
then, I'm like, "Is Carly
No.
flirting with me?"
Because for guys, this sounds so bad. But if a girl's being nice to you, they assume that they're flirting with you. So it's either if they're nice to you, you think that they're flirting, or you don't think they're flirting whatsoever, and you later down the road you realize. that they're
Yeah,
flirting.
it's that
Yeah.
video of like, is she really into me? I
Or is
don't.
she just being nice?
Is she being nice? I think she told me she likes me, but I think she's just being nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah. With guys, they tell you they like you. They
I'm
don't.
like, oh no.
That's just your experience.
No, that's all most girls.
Well, I tell Angie I like her a lot.
Well, don't lie.
And she says, "Thanks, pal."
I don't.
Anyway, Christmas break would hopefully settle things down, right? During the break, she had me, Allison, and Dina over for a movie night. At the end, she began yelling at me for not having proper manners, all because I was comfortable enough to not say please for a drink. Allison said it was harsh, and suddenly Olivia turned on her. Are you going to tell me to go unalive myself? Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Kids these days, they say
Okay.
the darndest things.
What the heck? Are you gonna tell me to?
After 11 years of knowing Allison, she would never actually tell someone that, especially not Olivia. This made me worried something was genuinely wrong with Olivia mentally. Yeah. Yeah. Allison reached out to apologize, but nothing was resolved. Olivia didn't apologize or admit anything was wrong.
Olivia, how's their home life going?
Olivia. Our hangouts never end like that. Another odd thing during break, Olivia's mother asked my mother in a skeptical, hushed tone, "So what do you think of Sam?" Obviously, Olivia had fed her mom lies or exaggerations about Sam. My mom was confused because she couldn't understand how anyone wouldn't like Sam, who's the most kind, thoughtful, sweet person. After Christmas break, nothing returned to normal. Olivia ignored my girlfriend for a total of 6 months. We found new ways of working around it. If the status quo suddenly changed and Olivia liked Sam again, that would be weird because of how used to it we got. It was sad because Sam and I ended up eating in the library, away from our friend group, since Sam worried Olivia would snap at her, which became a new thing. Olivia would snap at her for little things, sometimes mock her and avoid her presence constantly. This was despite Sam trying to say hello, include her, and wave in the hall. Super awkward, but luckily our friend group was just as confused as we were. I still don't get it. How?
Okay,
How do you not get it?
the reason you don't get it, OP, is you're avoiding it.
Yeah.
You deep
You don't
down,
want to get it.
exactly. Deep down, you know what's happening, but you want to avoid that reality in whole. Thus, you're just commenting on everything she's doing rather than actually doing something about
We
it.
got to address it. We got to address it.
Dude, if Sophia was acting to me like this, I'll be like, what's up?
What is up?
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And then she'll tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll get frustrated at each other, and then, like, we'll talk later, and then
And
Yeah.
then it's fine.
it's fine.
That's what you need to do with Olivia. We always tried including her in every interaction, but she'd ignore us. Then she'd turn around and complain to Allison that she didn't feel welcome in the group anymore. Wonder why, Olivia? So it's 6 months of this, cold shoulders, snapping at Sam for the littlest things like she was finding any excuse. Then suddenly, on the last day before summer, she bounded up to my girlfriend and greeted her with a polite smile, talking normally. This made me think I could finally talk about Sam in front of Olivia without her getting weird again. Nope. To this day, she still goes quiet and doesn't respond when I mention Sam. Just a week ago, her mom asked mine about my girlfriend in the same manner as before. I guess I just feel crazy. Writing this down should make it obvious. What I should have done, asked her what the heck she was doing. Katie Paladin says they're also neurodivergent. Remember, Sophia, that's true.
I thought everyone but Olivia was.
Everyone but Olivia is.
Yeah.
So, like, sure, that might be contributing to it, but, like, also their moms don't realize what's going on. Just, like, no one in this situation realizes what's going on. And I'm like, one person must have.
I kind of don't know what's
Figured it
going
out.
on anymore.
I don't know what's going on. But she created this environment where I couldn't confront her properly without feeling like I was overreacting. Creating conflict and confronting her felt pointless after 6 months. Why did she ignore her for 7 months total? Was it really because my girlfriend was too emotional? But I would get emotional if you listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, they're all 18 and teenagers.
Yeah.
And some of them are girls that are teenagers, and some of them are guys that are teenagers. They're all young, and they're all of the alpha generation, right? It's alpha. We're Gen Z.
No, I think they're the beta. Are they the beta or the alpha?
No,
generation?
no,
The
alpha.
alpha?
They're
18.
alpha. They're 18.
They're alpha.
They're all alpha.
They might still be Gen Z, actually. I don't know what the cutoff is for a Gen.
Anyways, they're too close to being alpha, so none of those kids make any sense. I think my
Point
brothers
is,
are alpha.
Wow. You think they're alphas?
Or Gen Alpha or whatever.
Yeah. Have that conversation with Olivia or cut her off. I don't know. You got to pick one.
Cut her off since you're non-avoidant, and that seems like the easiest way to get it done.
But you can't do this middle ground where you're all trying to be friends with her and she's actively ignoring your girlfriend for 7 months.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Not
a
the
bad
vibe.
move. That was the worst move you could take.
Yep.
But there's a little bit left. Before you go all Reddit and say she was jealous of my girlfriend, previously she and I have a sibling-like relationship, dude.
They could always change.
It can change. She's proclaimed she thinks of me like a brother and that it would be gross for people to assume we're together.
It's the
The lady doth protest too much.
yeah. No, it's like you're like my brother, but like if you're into it, I'm into it.
She had a boyfriend during this period who she's still with. Girl, come on. You're overthinking it.
Yeah, but guess
Occam's
what? They're
razor,
teenagers. That's all they
simplest
do.
answer.
Teenagers
Yeah.
only overthink.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand why she had to do this. This is very extreme for her. I've started thinking about whether I'm making excuses for myself and whether I should have asked what was going on. Probably. Maybe included her even more somehow. So am I an a-hole for not reaching out after her signals and asking if something was happening in her personal life? Am I an a-hole for possibly prioritizing my girlfriend? And that is the end of that story. You're not the a-hole for prioritizing your girlfriend, but you should have brought this up way earlier.
Yeah.
And don't continue to put it off just because you're like, well, it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop procrastinating it. Go talk.
Yeah, the
You
longer
have
you
to.
wait, the more awkward it's gonna get. It's
Yeah.
already awkward, and
Already awkward.
so
And this is challenging me as a 6'7".
I just bit right on the highway.
no, not.
Not you.
This is challenging me as someone that avoids things to hack it head on
Yeah.
with raging fists.
You got this. But that's the end of that story and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
and
See you tomorrow.